this is Ben Zinn with nextlevelguitar.com. Thank you all for joining us today, and we're going to bring you another one of our Inspired by lessons today. We're going to take a look at some nice 80s inspired jangly tones, some good chorus reverby type stuff, and some ways to build some riffs horizontally on the guitar. So let's dive right in. Hey, before we continue on, take a brief moment, click on the link that you see below in the YouTube text box, and we are going to give you all out there a free video lesson and a coinciding ebook, absolutely free, available exclusively through nextlevelguitar.com. So click on the link and we'll continue on. Okay, to achieve our tones today, we're using some staples of 80s pop guitar playing. So I want to cover those real quick, and those would be the use of chorus, delay, and reverb. When added to a clean sound on a guitar, it kind of instantly takes you back to the 80s and all the swoopy haircuts and you know, all the poor style choices that went along with that. So chorus, to start out with, is an effect that is going to add a wavering signal to your original guitar tone. So you have your clean guitar sound, and when you add chorus to it, it's adding another frequency and combining it with your original frequency. And what this does for you is, for a clean guitar tone, it really gives you more of a sense of dimension or space. Some people say it kind of sounds like the guitar is underwater. However you describe it, it's a great sound. Chorus, another effect that would be in this category that you could use as a substitute. If you don't have chorus, you could try a flanger. You could try a phaser. They're all kind of in the same category of effect. So that's how you'll achieve that sort of wavering tone. Also, we are using delay and reverb, which are time-based effects. And what that means is the effect is added after you play. So you'll strike a note, and then you'll hear either echo or ambiance created by the delay or reverb. And this is, once again, really helpful in creating dimension to your sound with a clean guitar tone. It kind of gives the impression that you're playing in a large room. If you've ever yelled echo inside of a large room or in a cavern, that's the type of sound that reverb and delay will help you achieve.
While you're underwater.
While you're underwater, snorkeling with a swoopy haircut.
And a members only jacket.
Yes. Right. So today we're going to learn how to create some riffs and have some fun playing horizontally across our guitar using a combination of a fretted note and an open string on an adjacent string. To do this, we want to use our major scale as a template. And so I want to take you through playing the major scale horizontally and also the series of whole and half steps that make up the major scale. We're going to play today in the key of A, so let's go ahead and grab an A note on the 10th fret of the second string. Because I'm playing horizontally, I'm not going to worry too much about fingering today. I'll probably just go ahead and play the whole scale with one finger. So here I have my A note, and here would be one octave of the A scale, played from A to A on the second string. Now for this scale, and for any major scale, there is a set combination of intervals or spaces between the notes that, if you learn this pattern and you commit it to memory, it opens up the whole fretboard for you, because then you're free to impose this or use this pattern in any key that you like. So that pattern of whole and half steps, if we were to number the scale that we just played, would result in a whole step between 1 and 2. This is note number 1, this is note number 2. So that's a whole step or 2 fret jump. From 2 to 3 is a whole step or a 2 fret jump. 3 to 4 is a half step. 4 to 5, whole step. 5 to 6, whole step. 6 to 7, whole step. And 7 to 1, half step. And then that pattern just repeats itself. So if you're able to keep track of what note of the scale that you're on as you're playing, opens up, like I said, the whole fretboard. And it works in reverse too. If I'm starting at 1, and I know it's 1 reverse half step to 7, there's my 7th tone of the scale, the 6th whole step, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I got to borrow that root note from another string because I ran out of notes. But now that we have that, and if we can visualize that, we can now see the whole scale going across the string. And what we'll do next is combine that with the open E string. Why does that work? Well, because that E note, if I were to work it out, is just the 5th tone of my scale. So I'm adding something that's already in the scale, so it'll sound like it belongs. So now I have fretted options with my scale, and I have an open string that's adjacent to my fretted notes that I can combine together. One note stays the same, the other note changes. Okay, now we got our raw materials ready to go. Now we can start to build riffs and melodies using the scale and the open string. Here's an example of a run that you could do that just basically works its way right down that A scale. We could also stagger our note options or our note choices. Instead of playing them together, we could sort of toggle between the fretted note and the open string, again as a method to start playing and creating our own riffs. Here would be an example of that approach. So a little different of an approach there, but same basic concept. We're playing horizontally with our scale and keeping that stationary open string as something to play off of. One more example using this approach. As you can see, once you have your template or your scale and you have an idea of an approach, now you just have raw material that you can use to start building up and start improvising or even creating some new things of your own. So hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. Thanks so much for joining us. Please head over to our website, nextlevelguitar.com. A lot of great content there, over 1,150 video lessons there. It's a great resource for any guitar player looking to improve their skills. So check that out, nextlevelguitar.com, and I'll see you next time.